Homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, Worthy One, and fully enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. We are learning Eightfold Path. And we learned right view, and then we learned right intention. Today we are going to learn right speech. We are learning Four Noble Truths, right? That's the heart of Buddhism. Four Noble Truths. What are the Four Noble Truths?
There is suffering.
Suffering.
Causes suffering.
Cause of suffering.
Way out of suffering.
Way out of suffering.
In the way.
Or the way to end of suffering.
The end of
Yeah, cessation. Path to leading to the cessation of suffering. Yes. This is the Four Noble Truths. Suffering unsatisfactory. That means there are no permanent satisfaction, because anything permanent. And it is explaining deeply in the Paticcasamuppada, dependent origination. Everything is depending, conditioned. So, as a human is a conditioned. If you go into deep, what does human mean? And we can see 5 aggregates as a human. Your physical body is one thing. Your feeling is another thing. And your perception, recognition is another thing. And your intentions, thoughts are another thing. And your consciousness is another thing. Then all of these are impermanent, like physical body impermanent, its feeling is also impermanent. Why it is impermanent? When you see something through your eye, then you got an eye consciousness. Then these 3 together called contact. Then you can see something and you feel something and you recognize that. That's how you see. When you see me first, you open your eyes and your eyes see me. Then eye conscious arise. Then these three together called contact. When we have that contact and feeling arise first. When you have a feeling, and then you got a perception to recognize, oh, this is Bhante. Then you produce thoughts, cetana, intentions. Oh, he's nice, he's good. Or he's bad, or whatever it is. Thoughts produce karma. Then you proliferate, reinforce many thoughts. That's how its mechanism of seeing. But each of this is impermanent. I is impermanent form. So Buddha, you see, is impermanent. Then a consciousness arises. It's impermanent. The contact arises. Impermanent because if me impermanent, if I impermanent, I consciousness permanent, impermanent too. Right? Then feeling arise because of that is impermanent too, because I impermanent, form impermanent. I consciousness impermanent, then feeling, contact impermanent, then feeling impermanent, perception impermanent. Because based on impermanent, right? Then thoughts impermanent. That's the what I wanted to tell you is Four Noble Truths is Buddhism. Four Noble Truths is the heart. That's why it is called suffering, dukkha, impermanent. There are no permanent satisfaction in the world. We will keep going with greed, cravings, attachments, and hate and ignorance. These are the forces keep us running in this suffering. These are the forces, energies, lead us, attachments, cravings, hate, and ignorance. So that we keep going through this samsara, fighting, killing, loving each other. Right? Through the heavens, through the humans, through animal realms, ghost realms, and we could keep going through and experience suffering. So, the cause of this suffering is craving, attachment, and ignorance. The path, we are learning now path leading to end of suffering. First, the path is including 8 factors. First factor, right view. We learned it. Second one, right intention. Right intention. Right thoughts. When we have right thoughts, then we have right speech. Right? If you have a wrong or bad intention, and you have a bad speech. Right? If you have bad thoughts, bad speech. Right thoughts, right speech. This each factors of this 4 path is support each other. Right view support to right intention. Right intention supposed to right speech. Why we learn in this right speech as a factor for enlightenment. But this right speech included to ethics, right? Ethical behavior, sila, morality, practice of morality. It is included to morality, practice of morality. But this right speech is not that that simple. It is not that simple. Right speech is a deep purpose. It's a right deep purpose. This leading to Nibbana enlightenment. Right speech leading to Nibbana enlightenment. That's why it is in the right 8-4 path. Right speech. We're going to learn how this right speech leading to 8 enlightenment. What are the rights? There are 4 restraints. In right speech, 4 restraints. Restraining from lying. Restraining from divisive speech. Restraining from harsh speech. Restraining from idle chatterings, gossips. How many? 4, right? 4 restraints. Remember them? What are the 4 restraints? Restraining from lying. Yes, restraining from lying called musavada. And restraining from divisive speech and talk to other people, hate each other. Pisuna vacha. You speak to divide others, not unite. You talk to divide others, not to unite. Right? You can talk to make people unite, also to divide. But some people love to talk to divide others. That's called Pisuna vacha, and you restrain from that speech. And then parusavaja, harsh speech. Not a smooth, not nice, not sweet, not lovely. It's a kind of words, kind of stabbing with pierced knives. Right? Bad words. Hurt others with words, hurt others with hurts. You see? Telling lies, what represent? Why we lie? We lie to get something more, receive something, gain something, right? We lie to gain something. It is already attached to greed. It is already connect with greed. Why I lie? To gain something, to achieve something, to have something. I lie, right? It's already connect with greed, craving. So I restraining from lying. Maybe I lie to protect me. I lie because to protect me. Already connect with conceit, mana, strong factor keep us in samsara, mana. I lie to protect me. Right? So, and also, I lie to hide. Is also protection. So divisive speech, to divide others, to hate others, we speak, and it is already connected with hate, anger, ill will, right? If you love, you cannot divide others. If you love them, you cannot divide others, right? You hate them, then you speak to divide them. Directly or indirectly, people use the words very smartly. You make people divided, right? Christine, do you have ever talked to others divide?
What?
Do you have ever talked to other people divide?
Have I ever talked to other people?
Divide. Divisive speech.
To advise me?
Not advice, divide.
Oh, divide.
Yeah, divide.
Have I ever spoke to other people to divide?
I'm asking you, do you? I'm confused, I'm sorry.
Divisive speech.
Divisive speech.
Divisive speech. I mean,
We do sometimes.
yeah.
As humans, we do. Remember, yes, that's our weakness. We do sometimes. When we get angry with someone, and I hold anger, keep producing angry thoughts, hostile thoughts, then I talk about him always not happy, wrong, right? And negative. I always talk negative because I'm not happy with him, with her, right? I always talk negative. What's the intention? To hurt, harm, right? It's a hate, related with hate.
I don't intentionally try to harm people unless I'm really provoked.
That's great.
But even then, it's like I'm not really trying to harm anybody. I'm trying to make a point. Because I know that, actually trying to harm somebody has consequences, and I know that I'll regret them later, so I don't want those things to be permanent.
Yes. This is good. In this right speech, in the Eightfold Path, is a factor to lead into enlightenment. This is not simply speech, moral, or social harmony. It's not that simple. Yes, practicing this right speech is social harmony, right? It's social harmony. It's harmony, your community. You not lie, not speak to divide others. No harsh speech, not speak to hurt others. And not gossips. Keep chattering, gossiping, right? Idle chattering, gossiping. And that's what people what people does while when they gossiping. They do exaggerate and add more and more, not right, not true. And they reduce others' positive things, qualities, emphasize and exploring negative qualities, what is not have them. So this causes harm, hurt to the path. How this wrong speech prevent the path, spiritual path. How right speech open the doors towards to the enlightenment. Each words we speak is related with our intention. Or each words we speak is related with intention, with greed or generosity, with hate or love, with ignorance or right view, or knowledge, ignorance or knowledge. This right speech is related to the paticca samuppada, dependent origination. This right speech related to paticca samuppada, dependent origination. There, 12 links in paticca samuppada. 12 links. The first link called avidya, ignorance. Anyone remember the second link? Sankhara, volitional formation. Volitional formation. Depending on ignorance, then volitional formation. These volitional formation are three types. Three types. Verbal sankhara, and then a physical sankhara, verbal sankhara, and mental sankhara. The verbal sankhara, it is already in Paticcasamuppada, verbal. Vitakka vichara. Without vitakka vichara, we cannot speak.
I missed the Pali. What's that mean in English?
Vitakka,
Right.
vitakka is applying mind. Vichara means sustain on the subject. Apply mind to an object or subject, object. And with vichara is keep sustain on the object, keep continue on the object. We cannot talk without vitakka and vichara. For example, each letter I speak, each word, each sound I speak, it's a very quick working, right, mechanism, a quick mechanic. We cannot understand that, right? If I speak English, right, if I want, I can speak Sinhala. How come? English and Sinhala, two different language. How come? Vitakka and vichara. To make that sound, there's a mechanism is happening inside, we cannot see. Not only that, each words come through these things. Remember this. Each words come through feelings. Each words come through perception. Each words come through intention. You see, if I want to hurt you, right, I speak. How come? I want to hurt you, then I already have a feeling. I already have a perception. I already have an intention. Then I keep speaking to hurt you, right? I blame you. You are buffalo. You are fox, right? Fox. What's the animal you use to blame others? What kind of animal you use?
Scapegoat.
Is it?
Animal to blame?
Yeah, blame others. In Sri Lanka, we use dog.
Dog?
You are a dog. That's a bad. That's a bad.
This is so good.
That's a bad blame.
It's a bad thing to be called a dog.
You would call someone a dog to be mad at them?
Yeah.
We do that here too.
But in
Oh,
when,
yeah, you down dirty dog, you low down dog, you dog.
you see,
Especially to men.
yes, that's yes. For women, it's another one. So we use these words to hurt others. Then I already have an intention. You see, each words come through this mechanism, through feelings, through perception, through intentions, right? Already have in there vitaka vichara. So this verbal sankhara in the paticca dependent origination, and we have to cut off. If someone want to cut off the paticca dependent origination, the circle or continuation of samsara, and then we have to learn this. Verbal is already connected with dependent origination. Speech is very important. Your speech, if you are speech harshly, your mind is work harshly, right? If you sit down for meditation after harsh speech, your mind is no rest. But if you talk nicely, kindly, lovely, then you sit down for meditation and you feel kind of calm, right? Then if you're careful for your speech, careless your speech and you careless your mind, right? The speech matters. It's very serious. It is matters. For example, in the jhana, and we know already jhana. First jhana happens with vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. That's the first jhana. In the second jhana, there are no vitakka, vichara. Apply and sustain. And enter into the highest samadhi, which is only one thing can compare with nibbana. Called attainment of cessation of feeling and perception. Sanya Vedaita Nirodha Samapatti. Attainment of cessation of feeling and perception. In that attainment, what they going to reduce first? The first going to reduce vitakka vichara. What does that mean? Inner speech. Even you silence, you're speaking, right? Inner chatters. Looking, oh wow, this very quiet. This audience is very quiet. Look at this. Even online audience and this in-person audience is very quiet, but very busy inside, right? Oh, what are you talking? What you saying? Oh, what Bhante is talking is I can't understand. Right? Something like that. Or maybe, yes, so many chatters, right? Maybe even you chat with someone else. Right? Inner chatter. For inner chatter, we need vitakka vichara. right? So, while in the jhana, first jhana, you not speak, but you chat inside, but you still in jhana. But in the second jhana, inner chat are going to stop. That attainment of cessation of perception and feeling, first the inner chat is gonna cut off. So this is related to enlightenment. Okay. Vitakka, vichara, the verbal sankhara is very important and matter to the path of enlightenment. Then also, when we enter into the stream entry, we cut off 3 fetters. Do you remember the three fetters? What do we cut off when we enter into the stream entry? Sakkaya Ditthi, identity view. And then the Vichikicha, doubt. And then the Silabhata Paramasa, attached to the rituals, right? First we cut off identity view. And Buddha said, who has entered into this stream entry, and that one doesn't talk, deliberately they don't lie. And Buddha said that. Who has entered into the stream entry, first step of enlightenment, they not deliberately lie. That's the quality of the stream entry. That's a true quality. Then we train to restrain lying, right? That's the path leading towards to the stream entry. You apologize and you accept your mistake and you not defend yourself and you open. And also you being careful to do right things. Then practicing not to lie is the highest quality. Once Buddha said in the Dhammapada, who lie and there are anything bad he can do. Whoever keep deliberately lying and he can do anything bad. You got that? That's deep. What Buddha means, if someone lie, he can do anything bad. He can do anything bad, because lying is a bad thing. It is in the Dhammapada. Natti papang akaryam. Deliberately lying. Michelle, do you?
I try not too much, but sometimes I do. I'm scared.
Yeah, we all do, yes. Yes, we all do. But when we stop this, deliberately lying, we stop when we enter into the stream entry, because we cut off identity view. Not deliberately lie. That's a great quality. Making a mistake is okay, everybody do. But protecting himself is the identity view, conceit. So, but who want to walk towards to the Nibbana, to freedom, to liberation, freedom from greed, hate, and ignorance. And then he got to practice right speech, samma vaca, right speech. And he practiced to stop deliberately lying and talk to divide others. Instead, holding love, kindness, and talk to unite others. Not talk to hurt others. Bad words. That means piercing words, piercing heart, hurting. But instead speak to healing others. Healing others. Bring a heal. Relieve others' pain. A talk to relieve others. Nicely, kindly, right? So have a love on there, on this page. Instead, gossips. What Buddha said, Aryana tunhi bhavo. Hold noble silence. Hold noble silence. If you keep talking and you add more, exaggerate, and it comes lies, gossips, negative words about others, and then adding something not need, and in so many defilements with gossips keep growing. So you limited your words. You know, the Arahants not speak much. They do not speak much. They speak if they invited, if it is necessary and beneficial. If not, they hold silence. Try to be a little bit quiet and silence. That's good. Silence is better than craving get sound. Right? Craving get words. Hate can get words. It's better silence, not let hate get words. Silence is better, not conceit get words to protect and cover. The silence, it's a noble silence, is amazing a thing. Noble silence. Whatever you talk is supposed to be meaningful and beneficial in the right time. But the truth, saying something to hold in heart, like honey to ear, like to treasure to hold, that type of words and we speak. And we limiting speech. You know, we act, very act, then we getting tired, right? Physically tired. We keep talking, and we're getting inwardly tired and restless. I think sometimes people getting relaxed after talking. Yes, that's true. That's true. We should let them to talk and listen. If someone wants to talk, release their pain or whatever they are struggling with, let them talk and release. We have to keep listening. And we have to be silent to listening to them, right? Then you talk as it is beneficial, as it is need and helpful, and you talk. You're not lying, not talk to divide and harm or hurt or harm. So practice speech in this case, like this, leading us slowly and slowly towards to the truth, towards to the reality, and towards to the kindness, compassion, and keep us away from craving, hate, and ignorance, and leading to the enlightenment. Right? You see, speech is matter for enlightenment. And then the instrumentary, even in the once written Sakadagami, the Sakadagami not talk much about with much hate and much desire for sensual pleasures. Once written talk less about sensual pleasures. Once written talk less about hately, less, not much. Because he's already subdued and reduced desire for sensual pleasure and hate. But the Anagami, and he never talk with desire and never talk with hate, and he's completely free from hate and sensual pleasures, karma. And then the non-returner's speech is not hateful, not sensual. And mostly they are silence. And they speak necessary and beneficially. Arahants and completely free from all fetters, right? Free from all fetters, no conceit, no restlessness and the ignorance, and they just talk truth. Arahants just talk truth and beneficial for others. Mostly silence. Do you have any questions? About Samma Vacha, right speech, as a noble factor for enlightenment. Right speech. Practice right speech. I gave you a paper for 7-day practice of your speech. Just try a little bit. This is a good practice. Christine, you can download from it is on the and Craig, you go broached and rhythmic. Download this into your computer, into your phone, and take to read it, and 7-day practice of right speech. Michael? Do you have any ideas, any thoughts about this?
See, here we go. Oh, what happened? 1 minute, please. View profile. Oh.
So then what the idea you can get? The right speech.
Wait.
It's not just virtuous or morality, and not just for social harmony. It is a serious factor and leading you towards to the instrumentary sotapanna.
I think right speech comes out of right thought. So if our thinking is right, then our speech will be right too. And so we need to work on our minds, and then the speech will come along naturally. But what's beautiful about the Buddhist understanding of right speech, in my view, is that it doesn't stop with lying. Even gossip, even unnecessary speech. The sutta says even speech which is not necessary, not only speech which doesn't harm, but speech that's not helpful, The sutta speaks of helpful speech, right?
Right.
If the speech is helpful, and finally, if the speech is not contradictory to the Dhamma, so if our speech is in line with the Dhamma, then it's good speech, right speech, as we say. But we can ask ourselves, is it in line with the Dhamma as we understand it? So when we speak out of anger, things come out of our mouth, words come out of our mouth, and those words are definitely not within the Dhamma. And anger is when we express anger, or so it's. I think that if we just speak in such a way as not to harm anything, not to harm any being, then I think we're pretty good. I think we're safe.
Yes. Yes. Basically, restraining from lying, divisive speech, harsh and gossips is harmony anyway. But the deep meaning of this practice, because it is in the Eightfold Path as a factor towards to the enlightenment, it is serious and it is deep. Not let words, not craving get words, not hate get words, and not ignorance get words. And deliberately practicing even the craving, hate, and ignorance not come through words. And hold silence, mindful, right? And let kindness get words. Let generosity get words. Right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Igor.
Igor.
I'm a little bit confused about of sequence of events, what happening when you see a situation or object, and then you said we have a feeling, and then perception, and what is next?
Intention.
Thinking.
Intention. Intention.
Intent. Oh, it means thinking, right intention, and then action.
Yes.
Okay. And basically feeling, perception, intention. But what about situation like I see dog, for example, but I don't have any feeling. It could be neutral, or I can have fear. It's an unknown dog. I'm not sure.
That's true. Yes.
Or I have a joy. And just approaching this dog, pet it, whatever, play with it, whatever. Three kinds of situations, three kinds of way to generate different feelings, absolutely.
Yes.
But it seems to me perception generates feeling. And then based on feeling, intention, what to do with this feeling, and then action. Basically, I understand that it's situation, and based on our brain, neuroplasticity, whatever, brain structure, it's neurobiology, okay, and perception. And it's content of our, based on content of our brain already. We have experience, for example, in childhood I was beaten by the dog. Definitely I have perception that all dogs are very dangerous. And then later on I saw a very friendly dog And I'm thinking, wow, dog is not dangerous, could be very friendly. Perception changed in mind. And then feelings. If I see dangerous dog, with a fear. Okay, if I see, in my perception, dog could be friendly. Some kind of joy or neutral. It seems to me this
Right. I got
events.
I got you what you told. The feeling is not a one single thing. Feeling is three types things. The feeling could be pleasant, it could be unpleasant and neutral. If you're feeling pleasant, then your perception recognize it is as a pleasant feeling, and your intention comes through again according to the pleasant feelings. If your feeling is painful, not pleasant, and your perception recognize it as unpleasant feeling, then your intention is come according to the unpleasant feelings. If the feeling is neutral and your perception is neutral and your intention is neutral, so it depends on according to the feeling. And also we can control intention. We cannot control feeling, we cannot control perceptions, but we can control intentions.
It seems to me we can control perception.
Not perception, intentions. Perception in sanya. Okay, in according to the okay, let's go to the Buddhist idea of sanya. Pali term is sanya. That sanya is not possible to change. So, for example, you looking at me, that you recognize this is Bhante, right? Can you think I'm a elephant or something? You cannot. You cannot, right? You cannot. When you see elephant, you cannot see as a human. You can see elephant. That's sanya. According to Pali, the mechanism of this, the happening of this. First, your eye or ear or nose, tongue, whatever sense is come first, and then the external object, and then eye conscious, then after three contact, then feeling, then perception, and then thoughts.
I think one of the problems might be that the word perception in English can have the meaning of attitude towards something, but we're talking strictly about recognition here. I think that in the Buddhist understanding, just let me know if this is not correct. We have feelings, but they're only very broad categories, three broad categories. It's satisfactory, it's unsatisfactory, or it's neutral. And then comes perception, but perception is recognition. So recognition, I recognize that this thing, first I see it, but I don't recognize it. But then almost instantaneously, I see that it's a chair or a person or a particular person. So perception is just the identification of an object or something, a thought, for example. But
Right.
it's not, in other words, it's not so mysterious. And then comes action, and that could be a thought, or it could be it generates. We have an action that generates. It could be a word, it could be a thought, it could be a physical action. But that's where karma comes from, because we have no karma until we take action. So then comes action, sankhara.
Right. Excuse me. That mechanism is right. The mechanism of this, how we get experience is that way. But the perception, Buddha have explained in the perception works differently. There are called distortion. The four distortion about perceptions. What are the 4 distortions of perception called? Sanya Vipallasa. Sanya Vipallasa, distortion of perceptions. We see impermanent things as permanent. Ugly thing as beautiful. Dukkha as suffering as happiness. That's a distortion of perception. And the non-self as self. So these are the distortions. That means wrong perceptions in this, according to in this Dhamma case. Yes, Sarah?
When I think of samavacca, what comes up for me is a few different things, which is always to relate the teaching on right speech to everyday practice, to engaged Buddhism. So your Dharma talk today could have gone a whole way to invite us to consider our everyday speech. How we post, say, to social media. So we can follow the 7-day practices. It's not just speech, talking to people, but do I need to make this post? Do I need to react with like or angry face or laugh emojis? Do I need to post this video to Instagram? Do I need to react on this wall right now? Can I just look at this Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and let it go? Am I just watching? I don't need to get into habit energy of posting, reacting, thumbs up, or thumbs down. Is that going to be divisive speech? Is that going to create suffering? My just chatters online.
Yeah.
So one of the things that comes up for me with samavacca is always trying to make right speech relatable to our everyday. For the lay people, one of the ways that right speech can show up is in name brands. As someone who's taken the precepts and is now an aspirant to the 14 precepts, you will never see me wear a name brand on my body. I don't want to be anything of logos all over my clothing. That's also speech.
Yeah.
What's also speech is nonverbal expressions. When I'm approaching a friend and maybe feelings come up for me in this friend, oh, I see Bante. Well, that's going to be nice and loving. But sometimes, because I'm a professor, I have students I don't like. And I see a student coming, and I, oh no. I say, oh.
Bante, I have to say that
Finish
when
my-
Igor brought
Let me finish the Sarah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let
I
my
thought you were
face
finished.
not communicate harmful speech in a non-verbal communication of, oh, I don't want to talk this further. And just try to remain full of light and neutral, to not create more suffering. Another way we can create right speech is when you make a handout for all of us.
Just few minutes. We're done
We
already.
could go around the Sangha and we could each read what's in the practice. So we could all practice right speech. Right? You could have given us a handout and you could say, okay, Michelle, Claudio, Sarah, let's go around in circle and I'll say one of the days.
When you post the emojis on the social media, for the not pretty things, don't make it prettier or something, hands thumbs up or something, but it's not good, right? So, Michael, yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say that when Igor brought up the idea that it was a little difficult to understand how feelings come before perception, I've asked that very same question often. And first we have form, right? And then we have perception. Then we have feeling, then we have perception. But because of but I think simply put, the question is, how do we have a feeling about something that we haven't yet recognized?
Yeah, I know. Yes. the feeling depends on contact. If you contact pleasurable things and smooth or something, and feeling could be pleasure. But contact is harsh and fierce, then the feeling must be painful.
Mm-hmm.
The feeling depends on contact. Okay, we can talk later some other day.
Yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
topic to learn it.
I think so.
Yes, deep and good. And thank you for raising that, Igor and Michael, to perception. This, and also have to remember, in a minute, in a second, many times this mechanism is working, not only once. In a second, 100 times, even more, many times. In a second, this mechanism is working. Very quick, very fast. In Abhidhamma, it's explaining as
This
a
is very important
yeah. Okay.
to understand because it's confusing.
Mm.
And
Okay.
you explain perception, what we cannot change, or just confuse one with another one.
Okay.
Confusion. It's not perception, I think. My English is not perfect. Maybe Michael will correct me, but we can talk
no.
later. Thank you very much.
Your English is good. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for joining today, and just share the merits with departed ones, with ghosts, and with deities, and with all living beings, and blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And then keep you happy, healthy, and safe, and peace. Today, Michelle and they became Upashika, and she was choice to follow Buddha's teaching, Buddha and his teaching, and this Sangha community as her spiritual path, and she got a name of Metta, and these all good merits by meditating, learning Dhamma, and we give her especially to get more strength and power and energy to walk on this spiritual path until to achieve that her final goal. So may you all be happy and healthy, be safe, and then we all be able to attain to enlightenment. Akasattha Chibummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sasanam Chirang Rakkantu Desanam Chirang Rakkantu Mang Parang Sabbhetiyo Vivajjantu Sabbarogo Vinassatu Mate Bhavatvantarayo Sukhi Digayuko Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakkantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanubhavena Sabba Dhammanubhavena Sabba Sanghanubhavena Sada Sotti Bhavantu Te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay, thank you. See you.
Bhante.